Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Design and Style. I am one of your co-hosts, Dixie Willard with Dixie Willard Design, and with me, as always, is the lovely, effervescent
Rachel Moriarty with Rachel Moriarty Interiors.
So today, guys, Rachel got to go to the Design Bloggers Conference, and I haven't heard anything about it yet. We waited, and you get to hear it at the same time I do, which I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear all about it. I can't go because it's so far away.
Yeah.
And
it switches coasts. Maybe you will be able, because I think
that would be awesome.
Well, next year again, it's in LA. They already announced it's in LA again, but it does go, I think, between Atlanta and Los Angeles.
Well, if it's in Atlanta, I can do Atlanta.
Can you do Atlanta? How far is that from you?
Like 3 hours.
Oh, well, that's LA. That's from me to LA. So
perfect.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely do. So first thing is, if you are a designer out there listening, you need to go to the Design Bloggers Conference.
Mm-hmm.
First, let me say, oh my gosh, I feel this is so Dixie and I haven't recorded for a couple of weeks because I was sick. I was really sick. I keep calling it the plague. And then I went to the conference and it's so weird. I'm so happy to be here.
Missed you.
I know, I missed you too. So, but instead of Dixie and I catching up offline, we decided, we're going to go ahead and record and talk about what's been going on. So you're in on it. So the Design Bloggers Conference is great. And the reason I say go, because it's small. It's really small.
It looked like it. I mean, like all of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook. Like it was crazy.
And it gives you the opportunity, unlike Market, to actually have conversations, to network during breaks, to, it was in the Beverly Hilton, and then the actual conference is in one of the, the banquet rooms or whatever, and there's rows and I mean, there might have been 300 or 400 people, but not more.
Wow.
I mean, we all fit in one room. So, awesome. That was really fun. That was probably the best part. People, the worst, and this is so embarrassing, you know how you're friends with a lot of designers online. And so I would see somebody and their profile and probably you're the same because you're a visual, but literally I'd look at them and then see their profile in my mind's eye, and I'd be like, Dixie Willard Interiors or whatever. I would I would call them oh my gosh, Dixie Willard Interiors, call them by their profile name.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was so funny. Or just even someone's first and last name. It was hilarious. I kept I'm oh my gosh, I just kept having train myself you don't have to say their first and last name.
If you're friends with them, sometimes they've got their maiden name.
Yes.
Or their middle name in there, and you're
yeah.
For the longest time, I couldn't think of you without the whole name
Rachel,
there.
parentheses, Valoria Moriarty.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I was doing when I was running into people, was saying their whole profile. So that was really fun. That was super fun. So that's a great way, because it sort of solidifies, your friends in the industry, and you just never know. You just never know, how, when you might need to collaborate, or, just never know. It was just a great fun thing to do. They had some keynote speakers there, some designers they had. I don't know if you've seen him, Earl Spencer, which was Princess Diana's brother.
Yeah.
He has a line of furniture. It's called Althorpe, and it's based on the furniture in their Althorpe home. And
I never put two and two together with that one.
Yeah. So he was
cool.
Actually super engaging, and he was really, really fun. He was really funny. Amber Lewis, I don't know if you follow, a lot of people follow her. She's kind of Insta famous. She's got, I think it's called Amber Interiors on Instagram. He was great. Ken Folk was another keynote. And this guy, I think I showed a book of his on one of my live streams the other day, but he's so out there, and he was talking about, his designs, and his designs are out there. They're kind of like peep show meets carnival meets, he's just like out there.
Wild.
And even his reveals, like, if he did something, like he would have a pub in England dismantled and brought over and recreated.
Oh,
And for
wow.
the reveal, he would hire, the beef eaters and synchronized swimmers. And
Oh my gosh.
it was stuff that, like, you only know what you know, and once you meet somebody like that and they show you their work and talk about it, like,
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's almost like traveling. Like, it just expands what you can do with
Yeah.
the project. And
Oh,
so,
goodness.
of course, the budgets were
Wow.
probably no budget, actually. um, so he was one of the keynotes. Timothy Corrigan. There was a couple, Brooke and Steve Giannetti, and they have this farm in Ojai, and they have, what is their, they have a blog called Lavender and Velvet and Linen. And he's an architect and she's a designer, and they have this
Oh,
beautiful
nice.
California home in Ojai in Northern California. And so it was just great to hear, all of these keynotes that, like,
Mhm.
some I knew and some, like, I just got introduced to. So that was always great. Um, Laurel Byrne. You know Laurel
Yes.
Byrne? Do you love?
I
If you're a
love
designer,
Laura
you
Fern.
probably follow Laurel Byrne's blog.
Mhm.
She had a workshop on the first day, and she basically talked about how to create a six-figure blog. And
Wow.
she does not just create a six-figure, she's a multi-six-figure blog writer. She showed us her numbers. She
I
showed us
believe
her
it.
analytics. I didn't even know you could do that with a blog. So her focus now, she was a designer forever. And, we've been in groups with her, I think, as she was
Mhm.
in the relations group when we first started. She talked about, she had this blog, which is kind of like made me really resolved about my approach to a blog. You and I have both been blogging for a couple of years.
Mhm.
Um, You've gotten way more strategic and intentional with your blog. You've been working with a copywriter,
Right.
specifically on your blog, and investing in a blog camp, which I just want to put that out there,
Awesome.
for anybody listening.
Mhm.
If you want to do these six-figure or make money with your blog, or use it as a different income stream, you have to get really intentional, and you have to, if you need help, you need to get help
Get
of
it.
somebody
Yeah.
like, you and I both work with Misha Hetty,
Mhm.
and plug for Misha Hetty. We love Misha Hetty.
From Uncommonly Good Biz.
From Uncommonly Good Biz, and she can really help you. She is so great at strategizing. I haven't been in her blog camp, but
It's amazing because she helps you figure out how to write it, then you write it, and then she comes back in and edits it for you so that it flows. And it's
that's
just,
an incredible service.
and I can
That
tell
is,
you, not just personally, but I've seen other people too whose writing starts off really clunky in the beginning.
yeah,
By the end of a couple of months of working with her, she's like,
yeah.
I don't even need to edit this. It's good to go because they've improved that much.
See, and that's what I need. Like, I think I've just been blogging, like, getting on, kind of just doing my own thing like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's more like creating the habit, having it, getting into more detail of my projects, really using it, I think, more as a newsletter, I would think, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
like updates like that. But I haven't gotten really strategic. Now I'm resolved to do it after I've seen what you can do.
I would imagine.
Not, yeah, not even, there were so many different business models. So there was another, who is she? Holly Hollingsworth of the English Room. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, do you follow the English Room on Instagram?
I don't know if I do or not, but I know her name is familiar.
You would love her because she likes Iris Apfel.
Oh,
So
well, then I probably already
yeah,
am following her.
she posts a lot of cute Iris pillow shots or decor or something like
Mhm.
that. And she has definitely, um, and another point. So so another thing is just build your brand and create your niche. So that is like one of the points that came across was build your brand, create your niche. She does a great job of it. If you go on her Insta feed, it's all cohesive. Like she just has her thumbprint all over it.
Mhm.
And the way she uses her blog is she does affiliate marketing and affiliate sales.
Right.
And she showed us her numbers too. So she is like you and I, she's a designer who blogs.
Mhm.
Design is her main gig, blogging is a secondary income stream, and she makes good money. I mean, I could probably live off of what she makes on her blog,
Wow.
and that's her side gig.
See, I
So
never thought that just if it was just something you just did as a side gig, that it would be
I know.
profitable.
That's why I'm like, you have to go to the Design Bloggers Conference. It is worth it. Um, that's what I didn't know either. I just really didn't know. And you don't know what you don't know. So
Right.
so that was a one thing. So I just want to make sure I'm getting all the points because I did write some down. So develop your brand, stay in your niche. And you hear that over and over as designers. You got a niche, you got a niche, you got a
Mhm.
niche. And you really want to create that thumbprint. Affiliate marketing is a great way to make extra money, especially if you have a business model like us where we are designing and then blogging on the side.
Mhm.
um, Back to Laurel Byrne though. So she um, created a freebie offer. And her thing was, of course, we've all heard collect your email list, collect your email list, collect your email list.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen on your blog is you're going to use your blog to sell products. You're going to use it to sell your ebooks. You're going to use it to sell digital products or any downloads. So what you need to do, she suggested creating something that you would sell as a freebie opt-in. Like that's how big of a deal
Right.
it is to get someone's email these days.
Mhm.
Like it just can't be that slapped together PDF thing.
Yeah.
Um, her freebie to us at the conference was a 58-page PDF about how to make a six-figure blog.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is like the level that she's kind of talking about.
Mhm.
Um, Again, she is blogging full time now, and that's how she makes her six figures. Is she sells products, digital products. You've heard of Laurel's Rolodex,
Yes.
stuff like
Mhm.
that. So that's what she does. But she said definitely before you can even think of selling anything, you have to build an audience.
Yeah.
So
That makes
definitely,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
You can't sell to
Um,
nobody.
Exactly. So, and then I just covered build a product to sell, ebook, webinars, digital products. All of those are things that you can use to sell in your blog. And then Fred Burns was there as well. I
Mhm.
don't know if you've heard of him. He's the guy that does the killer bio. He's been on a lot of different podcasts. Um, and so this was just a takeaway from the design bloggers. It wasn't specifically to the blog, but it was talking about your about page.
Oh yeah.
And my about page is based on a podcast that I heard of his. And it really did shift the way that I think. He really talks about taking all of your experience.
Mhm.
For me, this iteration of my design firm is my third career. So, I've done fashion, I've done banking, and I've
Right.
done, so taking all of those pieces and creating an about page. Don't
Mhm.
hide any of it, just bring it all and bring it all to the forefront and create your killer bio. And differentiate and use like onlys. Like I'm the only designer in San Diego who has a background in complex analytics. You know what I mean? Blah, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah. And that helps with budgeting and you know what I mean? So using your only, create your only. So that was a great takeaway.
I'm the only
Um,
designer you'll ever meet who has ridiculous amount of schooling and stuff that has nothing to do with.
Indeed. Indeed. And the last one was, I don't know if you probably have because you're on the interwebs like I am, but there was a woman called Linda Weinstein, and she does the one room challenge. You see it several times where people take one room and they focus on it for 6 weeks, and they start from the before and they get to the after. That was her. She started the one room challenge, and she basically talked about how to partner with different brands. There was a woman from Wayfair that came, and she partners with bloggers. They were really saying what an influence bloggers have. I mean, really, they did a bar graph of the shelter magazines, and the shelter magazines went here, and the design bloggers went past the shelter magazines. As a collective, we have more influence in the industry.
I can understand that.
So that was actually, I mean, it's like, it makes sense when you hear it, but to actually see it, you're like, wow,
Wow.
So, partnering with brands and ways to do that, really, she focuses on LinkedIn, which is something that I know.
Talked about figuring out more about that.
Yes.
So I'm tell me.
Yeah. So she basically went and she does research, and then she'll put in like a company name, and then she sort of gave us the titles. I don't have the notes here, but she said, like, the person that you want to speak to about using their brand in your blog would be like, maybe like not the director of marketing, but that person below, somebody in a sales and marketing person. And she would just say, go and plug in a company and look for those sort of titles, to connect with on LinkedIn. So, and then start posting your stuff on LinkedIn as well and sharing your stuff on LinkedIn. So that is that's a platform I haven't used that much. I mean, I have a profile on there, but I have a lot of people.
Covered.
What?
You got the basics covered, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. But yeah, it's not. I mean, Facebook is where I live. Facebook, I feel at home with Facebook, but I think when you talk about strategic business partnerships, it's probably LinkedIn or where your execs are, and
well, it makes sense.
Your key influencers for companies. So yeah, that was it. I mean, there was, it was 3 days worth, but those are like some really good takeaways if you're to really take the blog serious. Like I'm going to set a goal of a year, and just really work on it. And we've all heard of, of course there was SEO and long tail keywords and all the things you've heard, but it was all put in a nutshell. And if you do it right, you can definitely create a beautiful passive income stream.
I like the language you're speaking right now.
Right? Because really what they were saying is if you create this passive income stream, it allows you to just take the projects you want to take and not like have to take anything that comes along, So it was really good. I mean, it definitely will be going next year. Hopefully I had a fever every single day. Like I can't even believe
I kept thinking about you.
I know. I mean, I can't believe I remember anything between like all the medicine I had to take to not like cough and hack through the entire thing. And I did. I took away a lot, and so for me to take away a lot in that state.
Imagine what it'll be like next
year. And you know who I got to hang out with?
Who?
My Doma. Sarah and Marco were there.
Oh, that's awesome.
We totally hung out with them.
How awesome are they in person?
Oh my gosh. So we talk about my Doma all the time, but oh my gosh, we kept calling Marco our token male because it was just so full of females at this conference. But yeah, super fun and super, we always talk about my Doma. So yeah, they have super exciting stuff coming up next month. So.
Oh yeah. I'm like every week they send out something new and I'm just going, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know. Actually, we should talk to them when they
We
have
should. We should have them on.
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah, Alicia, Marco, if you're listening,
Yep.
we want to talk to you when you have your spring update going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I am super excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was telling them how you and I always compete. Like I was a beta tester. Well, I was a beta tester too.
We do. We're both special.
Yes. So that is this episode of the Design
and Style.
I almost said design bloggers because I looked at my notes and I'm like, design. What is my podcast?
Oh my
called?
Goodness. That's how long it's been since we've done this. We don't remember who we are.
I'm a little rusty. What can I say?
That's okay. That's
all
it
right.
for.
We'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
On design. See you. Talk to you.
Yes.
Hang out with you. We gotta get this locked down. I don't know. We do it on so many ways.
I promise.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.